It has all come down to this. The Liberty Blue Jays versus the Fort Zumwalt West Jaguars to square off in the Class 6 action, where the winner between the two teams will be classified as the state champions here in Missouri. I'll be on the call for this one as I'm Kramer Sanso, and our producer is Sydney Wendell, and it is the time's here. It's clear, at this point now it's 9:30 at night. This game was supposed to start 3 hours ago, but with, of course, some games beforehand, like the Class 5 third-place victor and also the state champions for the Class 5. And also we had our third-place game just happen here just not too long ago. But it is time for state championship baseball. Jaguars versus the Blue Jays.
Now for the Liberty Blue Jays, who will be the home team on the scoreboard. The Blue Jays are coached by Kirk Bragg. Leading off in the starting lineup, leading off at shortstop, number 2, Addison Smith. Batting second base, number 1, Dawson Go. Batting third, first base, number 24, Aiden Watson. Batting fourth and catching, number 10, Ryan Williams. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 13, Jeremiah Kabuyaban. Batting sixth, third base, number 14, Palmer Holst. Batting seventh in left field, number 3, Keaton O'Connor. Batting eighth in right field, number 18, Grant Luttrell. Batting ninth in center field, number 5, Chase Luttrell. And also starting the pitcher, number 23, Brock Tooney. And the rest of the Liberty Blue Jays. The umpires for today's game are Tony Hill behind the plate, Robert Hill at first base, and Jason Reed at third base.
All right, those are your players. We're live back here in Ozark, Missouri for the Class 6 Michigan State Championship for Liberty versus the Fort Zumwalt West. Let's go over the line. Pitching for Liberty is Brock Tooney, number 23. Tooney is coming in on this season. You know, he's lights out. You're going to make sure this guy's out here for a long haul for them. But had 46 innings of pitch, has a 3.2 ERA, and 52 strikeouts to 20 walks. So he's going to try to come out there. The Jays are going to rely on him, kind of like how just try to do an off-speed away, especially on an 0-2 count. And that one's hit right to the first baseman in Watson. So we have one out here after a line out to start your night. First pitch onto him is smoked out to right field. Taking one step in and going back out is Grant Luttrell, and he's there for out number 2. So 5 pitches, 2 outs to start your top half of the first. That ball is skied, going over to the third base dugout side, but the third baseman is there in Holst as there's a 1-2-3 inning, 8 pitches through it. We're going to head to the bottom of the second to see what the Blue Jays can do with the bats. We'll be right back here on Mission. As a quick 1-2-3 top half of the first for Liberty onto the Jaguars. Now it's Liberty's turn to bat. So we'll go off that batting order one more time. Leading off number 2, the shortstop Addison Smith. Batting second, number 1, the second baseman, Dawson Go. Batting third, the first baseman, Aiden Watson. Batting fourth, number 10, the catcher, Ryan Williams. Batting fifth, number 13, the DH, Jeremiah Kabuyaban. Batting sixth, number 14, the third baseman, Palmer Holst. Batting seventh, number 3, the left fielder, Keaton O'Connor. Batting eighth, number 18, the right fielder, Grant Luttrell. Batting ninth, number 5, the center fielder, Chase Luttrell. Once again, that's Smith, Go, Watson. Williams, Kabuyaban, Holst, O'Connor, Luttrell. And the first pitch is swung on, hit right up the middle and off to a diving second baseman, Alagna. It's going to go out to center field. It's going to be a leadoff single here for the Jays. Addison Smith. As the 3-0's outside for a ball. So 4 straight balls to go. That puts 2 runners on. Nobody out here in the top of the first. Now bring up Aiden Watson, the first baseman. And it actually shows bunt there. Watson, he does get that down. A throw over to third, but no one's covering it. Aiden Watson's going to get himself an infield bunt single, and the bases will be juiced here for the Blue Jays as you got Ryan Williams due up. Perry taking his time out of the windup, make sure he gets his pitch that he wants, and then on the throw on home is right back up the middle to the shortstop, and Whiteside over to first, get double play. So 1 run will score on a double play. So best case scenario there, no RBI for Williams, but a run does come in to score. But it's a 1-0 Blue Jays here in the bottom of the first. The 3-0 is a passed ball. Go decided to thought about going to home, but didn't get the read off of it. Probably a smart decision for him to not to go, but I mean, at any point in time, if you can get a chance to get a run, that's the time to do it. But Kabuyaban works a 4-pitch walk. So runners on the corners. Kabuyaban is up with the pitch, and that is thrown over to the second baseman, Alagna, back home, go, scores safely. It is 2-0 Blue Jays. So Kabuyaban draws the throw to second base, and that allows the run to score. So, hey, that's a good pickup play for Go to actually go to the plate and score that run, kind of like this from him not going down on that pass ball. That ball is skied high into shallow left, and that's going to drop down right in front of Connor Stein and Mason Whiteside in between them. 1 run will score from Kabuyaban from second. It is now 3-0 Blue Jays over the Jaguars. So Holst will get an RBI there. Kabuyaban gets a run. Now bring up Keaton O'Connor here in the state championship game. And that is a hot shot over to the shortstop Whiteside, a flip over to Alagna at second, and the inning is over. We're going to head to the top of the second. The Blue Jays are leading the Jaguars 3-0, and you're watching it right here. As we're heading into the top of the second, due up for the Jaguars is the 4, 5, and 6, as you see Ryan Alagna is getting there. Noah Hargraves is due up. The 1-0's hit out towards center field. It's going to be the first hit for the Jaguars, and Alagna, he's going to lead this inning off with a single. The 1-2 from Tony. Hargraves strikes out. The 1-2 is hit over towards the shortstop. That's Smith. Smith's going to dive, but he's going to just hit off his glove. Stay put with him. But that will be an infield single for Miller. He's going to send that out to center field as Chase Littrell's underneath it. He'll grab it. Perfect scouting report for him to throw in on the third. 2 hops, and Alagna moves up. Bates moves the runner over, but there's 2 outs in the inning. The 3-0 is outside for ball 4. 4 straight balls, and Robinson gets on first base with a walk. That's swung on, hit up right at the middle. Pass it diving as Smith has short. The throw in on home from Chase Littrell is offline, and it gets batted down by catcher Williams. He's just going to eat it over there as the Jaguars have answered. So 3 fouls, foul balls from Perry. This matchup still going. Runner goes. A one-handed swing there from Perry. Smith over to Watson, and only 2 runs come across here in the top half of the second. Blue Jays, they're due up next. We got the Littrell family and Smith due up. We'll be right back here on Mission TV. It's a 3-2 ball game here in the Class 6 State Championship game. Where last inning we saw 2 runs come across the plate from Connor Steins, 2 runs single. The 3-0 on him. Is outside for a ball, so a 4-pitch walk on Grant Littrell. And that'll bring up Chase Littrell next. So a full count pitch. Littrell off with the pitch, and he swings on through. There's a strike him out, and he's safe over at first base. Just gets underneath the tag there was Grant Littrell, but hey, he moves up. So he's on second in scoring position. The pitch on to Smith. How he's going to get Littrell. Try to get him into a little hot box, but Perry actually threw the ball to Whiteside. Whiteside couldn't really get a handle of it. And Littrell, yeah, he steals third right there. Grant Littrell showing off the wheels. This is the battle that you want to see, especially in a tight situation or even a game like this, of how much credibility this thing will have. The 3-2 is outside for a ball. So making him throw pitches, Perry is. They're making him throw pitches. He's thrown a lot, 43 pitches so far. You can only imagine like what's the gears that are turning inside the Jaguars coaching staff's head, like what they want to do, what they want to plan next. Smith does have 12 stolen bases, so he has the capability of stealing. Go puts the bunt down. The throw goes to the plate, and it is off the glove. And Littrell is going to score on it. As the squeeze works, you see Go on first now. And it looks like they're the right-hander's batter's box. The turf is actually coming up a little bit. That's what we're seeing here right now. Got ourselves a little turf. We'll take a quick break after that. Yeah, he pulls that thing back up. So you're watching Mission TV. We'll be right back. All right, we are back here for the state championship. We got the turf monster figured out and everything put together. It should, hopefully, fingers crossed, the duct tape did work for it to stay down there. But this 4-2 ball game, Blue Jays lead. A couple runners on the pond for Aiden Watson, the first baseman. There is one out here. Littrell pulled up the turf in the right-hander's batter's box on his slide in. That's what they had to fix. That ball is ripped and laced out to right center over the right fielder's head. And that's at least going to plate one. Right behind him is Go. As we're going to see Smith score, Go score. And this is a 6-2 Blue Jays lead after an Aiden Watson 2 RBI double. So after a relatively long delay to fix the thing, the first pitch is laced over to that 375 marker, the Reinhardt Food Service sign. 2 balls, 1 strike. And that's chopped over to the third baseman, Robertson. Robertson looks back to runner, throws it back to second. Actually, Alagna is going to go to that. Toss it to Whiteside. Whiteside's going to apply the tag, get him out. The throw is all the way out into right field. And he's going to score easily on this one. As this is going to be a run's going to score. It is 7-2 2 as that ball was thrown all the way out to right field. And with this turf, the ball's going to keep rolling. It will keep rolling and rolling and rolling. So that's not grass over there. That's turf. And that's exactly what it did. It is 7-2 as Ryan Williams pretty much a Little League inside the park home run. And Kabuyabon sends us a mile high out to the right center gap. The almost colliding while I was trying to see who actually had the catch. It looked like it was the right fielder Miller, but Whistler was in his reach as well. But 4 runs Duke plate. It is 7-2 Liberty. We'll be right back with the top of the third. Some Class 6 state championship baseball. This is the state championship game. It's a 7-2 Liberty lead on Fort Zumwalt West. Thing is 3 hits for the Blue Jays on 7 runs. 7 runs have played. There's been a lot of walks. An error that made a Little League inside the park home run pretty much happened for the catcher Williams, who just now finally got to the catching area. But that's the big thing. These are 2 teams that came in hitting the ball. They're at least still seeing the ball well by either working the walks, because there's a fair share of walks. There's at least 1 walk for a batter for Zumwalt West, but they're still 1-1. His head out towards left. That's where Keaton O'Connor's at. He's under it, and he gets the outs.
High fly to left field. Keaton O'Connor makes the catch.
So a couple flyouts now on the ledger for Whistler. They'll bring up Mason Whiteside. The 1-2 to Whiteside. It's skied high out to center field. The Littrells are there to actually go to Grant Littrells will get the out. That thing was a mile high. And there's 2 outs here. There's a couple of pop-ups here to start off the top of the third. The 2-1. Swung on, hit it right up the middle for another single for Lagna. With the big bat of Hargraves. The 0-1 to him is smoked to center field, but there's Chase Littrell right there to get it. And we're going to go to the bottom half of the third. The Liberty Blue Jays lead the Jaguars 7-2. We'll be right back right here on Mission TV. Granted, they're supposed to at least score 5 here in the third to 3, 4, and 5. It only makes sense that way. We'll see if it does happen. That pitch is hit right to Lagna, the second baseman, for a quick out, number 1. And that ball swung on, hit over to the first base side. Bates says he's going to step on the bag and get the outs himself. 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the third. As order's been stored, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. And strikes him out. So we're going to head to the top of the fourth. The Liberty Blue Jays still lead the Jaguars 7-2. We'll be right back right here on Mission TV. We're back here in Ozark, Missouri at U.S. Ballpark here. We're just outside of Springfield, Missouri, but here in Ozark, Missouri is where we're at. 7-2 Blue Jays leading the Jaguars here for the Class 6 State Championship title game. There's a lot of fan action going on. A lot of chirping going on. It's the best way to have it for a state championship baseball game. As Fort Zumwalt West trails 7-2 to Liberty High School Blue Jays. As the umpire is wanting to have the on-deck batter back, but he's over in front of the dugout. So we have a little bit of talking going on between the coach and I guess warning-wise, it's interesting. Interesting to say at least here in a state championship title game. After just the second inning, though, but Brock Toney just out here dazzling. He's going to go into his 4th inning of work. Very quick in the first. Very quick in the third. Only get 1 hit in that inning. But battling back from that 2-run, he gave up in the second. First pitch, as that thing is skied high out to the left. That's Miller's hit, but, out to right, That was Grant Littrell to get it. Got my rights and my left mixed up. You know what? It's almost 11 o'clock as we approach the 11. The 1-1. Chopped over to Holst. Holst on the throw over to Watson. A dig, but it goes through. As you're seeing now, running to second base is Bates. He's going to get there. So after an error, he's on second base. The 1-2's hit out towards the right side in between the first and second baseman. Being held up is Bates over at third, but that's a 1-out single for Cooper Robinson. Runners on the corners as they're threatening. With Brock Tony pitching. The 2-2 hit over to get his ground ball, and it bobbles over there to go. The throw onto first base is in time to get the out. At least 1 out here as the first base coach and the first base umpire are getting at it a little bit. And he just got rung up. The first base coach is out of here. Now the third base coach, the head coach, needs to be pushed back too. So 1 run does come across the score. It is now 7-3. There's going to be a runner on, I believe, second because the bobble over by Go. So, yeah, now it's 7-3 now here in the top of the 4th as things have getting a little bit chippy. But another RBI for Stein, so I mean, a ground out. Actually, no, he wouldn't be charged with it. He wouldn't be getting an RBI on that fielder's choice. So the first base coach is thrown out for Zumwalt West. And now both coaches have been thrown out. The head coach is gone too. And this is a state title game going on here. 7-3 Blue Jays lead, and both coaches have been thrown out for Zumwalt West. Wow. All I have to say about it is wow. The state title game, both coaches thrown out for Zumwalt West. 2 outs here in the inning. Cooper Robinson on second. The 0-1 to Perry. Hit back right off the glove of Tony out into center field. A run will score Stanley. As another run plates for the Jaguars. It is now 7-4. They've cut into that lead now to 7-4 onto the Blue Jays. The coach for the Liberty Blue Jays come out to talk to his pitcher.
Number 7 for Fort Zuma, Jack Stanley. Courtesy runner, number 10.
So looks like we're going to have a pitching change here. Looks like Brock Tony's out. We'll be right back, and I'll let you know who they have. We come right back right here on Misha TV. We're back and pitching now for the Liberty Blue Jays as Carson Milbrandt comes in with an 8-2 record, a 2.7 and he is a flamethrower for the Blue Jays. As Milbrandt on relief from Brock Tony, that first pitch is fouled off. It's a 7-4 Blue Jays lead over the Jaguars. And that is ripped over to the right field for Whistler. He's rounding first, heading on to second base. He's going to get in here with a sliding in safely with a double. As the Jaguars are still threatening here in the top of the fourth. They've already played a 2, and they got 2 ducks. The 2-0 from Milbrandt is ripped over to the first base, and Watson's going to go over and just tag the base himself, and we are going to head to the bottom half of the fourth. 2 runs do come across for the Jaguars, but the Blue Jays still lead 7-4. We'll have your bottom half of the fourth when we come back right here on Misha TV. No balls, 2 strikes on the center fielder for the Blue Jays. As a breaking pitch, and he strikes out. And he's going to battle it to make it a walk, so a 1-out walk for the Blue Jays. Now we're trying to see what the coaches want to do with Perry. The 0-1 swung on, foul tipped. So Smith's going to have to go back to first base. He was stealing on that pitch. They had a hit and run going on. So apparently it wasn't a foul ball. So Smith is going to be able to stay at second, so he has a stolen base. The coach might be thinking something right now. He's going to make a way out, and they're going to intentionally walk Watson. So that will bring up Ryan Williams to bat. And that is ripped over to Whiteside, the shortstop. There's a flip over to second to get the out. Get the final out of the inning, actually. As we will head to the top half of the fifth. The Blue Jays lead the Jaguars 7-4. We'll be right back right here on Mission TV. As we are live back here at Ozark, Missouri for the state title game for Class 6 between the Liberty Blue Jays and Fort Zumwalt West Jaguars. Liberty leads 7-4 on the Jags. Mentioned we're here in Ozark, Missouri at the U.S. ballpark. It's 68 degrees. The wind is blowing from right to left and relatively at times will be blowing in towards the batter. The high of today was at 82 around 4 o'clock. It's 11:28 now here at night. This game was supposed to start at 6:30. But, you know, baseball happens. It may go long. It may go short. The baseball gods made sure that this game will play. And it happened. The first pitch back in here at the top of the fifth in there for a strike. Carson Milbrandt still on the mound. Came on in relief from Brock Tony. 2-1. Head out there towards left field, but Keaton O'Connor's there for the first out here in the top of the fifth. Here's the payoff pitch with 1 out here in the top of the fifth. That is hit out there towards right, but playing it perfectly was Grant Littrell. And there's 2 outs here in the top of the fifth. Infield's playing straight up. The outfield's playing straight up as well. Maybe Go is a little further back than when usual. But this turf plays fast, and Milbrandt doesn't need it. He's going to strike him out. As we head to the bottom of the fifth, the Blue Jays lead the Jaguars 7-4. We'll have the bottom of the fifth coming up with Kabuyabon leading off. We'll be right back. The 0-1 to Kabuyabon. That is skied high, shallow right field. Lana's been called off by Miller for out number 1. We're approaching the 2-hour mark on this game. That is ripped between the third base shortstop side, between Robertson and White side for a single for Palmer Holst, his second hit of the night. That'll bring up Keaton O'Connor, the left fielder. DH'd. As the runner goes, a hit and run's on. That ball smoked out to center field, but it's high. Daniel Whistler's there for the out. For out number 2. A decent side lead over at first is Holst. Throwing on home from Perry. Holst is on the run as it was a throw that goes out into center field. Holst is going to get the stolen base. So they had a hit and run on. Grant Littrell couldn't connect with it, but yet Holst is safely at second. We'll do the 2-2 once more. Perry's getting his sign from Burke. The throw on home. Swung on and strikes out Grant Littrell as we will head to the top half portion of the 6th. It is 7-4 Blue Jays over the Jaguars. You're watching State Championship Baseball, the title game right here on Misha TV. It's the top half of the 6th. It's a 7-4 Blue Jays lead on the Jaguars. The Fort Zumwalt West on 4 runs on 6 hits, and the Liberty Blue Jays 7 runs on 4 hits. Couple errors. The payoff pitch here to Bates is in the skied high in the infield. Addison Smith is there. As it takes him a little bit for the ball to come down. And there's the first out of the inning. The 2-2. And he's going to get that zone now. He gets the call there. Strikes him out looking. Now we have Connor Stein due up for the Jaguars. The 0-2. Swung on, struck him out. We're headed to the bottom half of the 6th. It's a 7-4 Blue Jays leading the Jaguars here in the state championship for Class 6. We'll have the bottom half of the 6th coming back right here on Misha TV. Welcome back here to Ozark, Missouri, as we're at the U.S. Ballpark. So we're approaching 6 minutes away from the midnight hour here. It's a 7-4 Liberty lead over Fort Zumwalt West. As Patrick Perry's still on the mound, towing the rubber for the Jaguars. They're going to keep. As Chase Littrell sends a little blooper out to right, but right to Nolan Miller for the first out here at the bottom of the 6th. The ball must be there for Smith in order for him to want to swing it. The 3-1. He works another walk, his third walk of the night. Great discipline for Addison Smith. That is smoked up the middle for a hit, as that's going to move Addison Smith up to second. So a 1-out hit here for 2 on now for the Blue Jays, and they're trying to at least tack on some insurance runs before they can go to the top half of the 7th. But obviously, good morning to everybody. Make sure you start that coffee here relatively soon, as it is 12:04 here. The first pitch, a double still going, a throw on to third, and he just slides off the bag as Smith. The turf got him to slide off. A huge out number 2 for this bottom half of the 6th if you're trying to get insurance runs. Wow, that's a terrible feeling. We have time. It looked like there was a balk, actually. A balk has been called. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Whistler's 2-2. Hits the dirt for the ball. Here comes Go to the plate. He's crashing hard. A sliding there, and he is safe. As one more insurance run comes to the plate, it is now 8-4 Liberty. So a full count pitch now on for Watson. You see goes. He makes it to the plate right in time for the ball and the tag from Whistler. The full count pitch. Swung on right through it as we will head to the top of the 7th, where the Liberty Blue Jays are 3 outs away for being the Class 6 state champions. Will it happen here as we head to the top of the 7th, or will the Jaguars' bats come alive here? We'll have to find. As Carson Milbrandt is finishing up his warm-up pitches, there's 3 outs remaining. That stands in the way for the Liberty Blue Jays to win this state title. But the batters are coming for the Jaguars. We got Perry, Whistler, Whiteside due up. And, of course, that meat of the order, I mean, the bats haven't really came alive for them, but it might. This game is not over yet. As Milbrandt wants to get into his zone. As now a talk going on. A new first base coach is going to be heading over to the first base side. I guess another coach has been tossed, apparently, the first base coach. All righty, let's start this 7 off right. Perry, Milbrandt, Perry. And the first pitch is in there for a strike to start off this top half of the 7th. Perry's 1 for 3 on the day, or the night. And he's going to watch the second strike in there. No balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2. Down low for a ball. 1-2. One-two pitch. Fouled off. Comes down and hits the ankle of Perry. Perry, the 5'11 senior. Giving him some time, though, from taking that foul ball off the shin. The 1-2 from Milbrandt out of the stretch. He comes set. And he chops it right back to Milbrandt. He steps, bobbles it. The throw on to first is not in time. So Patrick Perry is going to start this inning off with a infield single. And he's going to go right back to the pitcher. Tag it onto Wander Smith. The throw on to first is not in time. But they're going to try to say obstruction, but it's just a play at the second base. But he didn't mean to take out the second baseman because it's a baseball play. Trying to hope to get another ground ball, hopefully induce a double play here. That ball is skied back towards us. The 0-1. Thought about swinging, didn't go though. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Liberty Blue Jays are 2 outs away from securing the state 2021 Class 6 championship. Runner on first is Whistler. The pitch to Whiteside is just in for a ball. Full count. That is smoked right to the second baseman. Over the first, double play as the Liberty Blue Jays double up to end the game, and they are the Class 6 state champions of 2021. The final score, 8-4. Wow. An impressive game, an impressive feat for these two teams to make it here. But one team's going to leave victorious and finish first in state for Class 6 of 2021. The award presentation is coming up here shortly. An impressive victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, this time we direct your attention now to the home plate area for the presentation of our awards. Presenting the awards will be Greg Stahl and Lou Mazzacco, representing the Missouri State High School Activities Association. First, for our second place team, let's give a big round of applause for the Fort Zumwalt West Jaguars, coached by Eric Goff. And now for the individual medals. The head coach, Eric Goff. Assistant coach, Tyler Coomer. Assistant coach, Ryan Edding. Assistant coach, Chris Robertson. Assistant coach, Matthew Sissom. And assistant coach, Brian Speeds. And now to the players. Number 1, Dylan Bates. Number 2, Patrick Perry. Number 3, Noah Hargraves. Number 4, Braden Salter. Number 5, Cooper Robertson. Number 7, Jack Standley. Number 8, Ryan Alagna. Number 9, Connor Stein. Number 10, Cal Greiner. Number 11, Harrison Burke. Number 12, Jackson Pullman. Number 13, Derek Kuhlman. Number 14, Hayden Wilson. Number 16, Carter Smith. Number 20, Daniel Whistler. Number 21, Nolan Miller. Number 22, Ryan Ulm. Number 23, Cameron Hart. Number 24, Jericho Badwan. Number 34, Mason Whiteside. And number 48, Braden Davis. Congratulations to the Fort Zumwalt West Jaguars on a fine 2021 season and a second place finish in the state of Missouri. And now for our first place team, let's give a big round of applause for the Liberty Blue Jays, coached by Kirk Bragg. And now for the individual medals. Head coach Kirk Bragg. Assistant coach Vince Armillo. Assistant coach Doug Clark. Assistant coach Matt Dye. Assistant coach Sean Markham. And assistant coach Matt Owen.
Thank you, sir.
And now for the players. Number 1, Dawson Go. Number 2, Addison Smith. Number 3, Keaton O'Connor. Number 5, Chase Littrell. Number 6, Nathan Hall. Number 7, Reed Plum. Number 8, Aiden Holst. Number 9, Parker McGee. Number 10, Ryan Williams. Number 11, Caleb Cahill. Number 12, Justin Agnor. Number 13, Jeremiah Kabuyaban. Number 14, Palmer Holst. Number 15, Carson Milbrand. Number 17, Jeremiah Halter. Number 18, Grant Littrell. Number 19, Jason Cross. Number 20, Dylan Gormont. Number 21, Colin Stanfield. Number 23, Brock Tony. Number 24, Aiden Watson. Number 25, Ben Sundell. And number 27, Kai Bennett. Congratulations to the Liberty Blue Jays on a fine 2021 season and a first-place finish in the state of Missouri. Again, excellent ball game from both teams today. Congratulations.
As that will do it here from Ozark, Missouri. The final score once again here at U.S. Ballpark. The Liberty Blue Jays defeat the Fort Zumwalt West Jaguars. The final score of 8-2. Don't forget, fans, you can download this broadcast after this broadcast is over with right here on Mission.tv. For our producer, Sidney Wendell, and myself, Kramer Sansone, signing off here, your state champions for Class 6 is Liberty Blue Jays. Have a good night.